Today we cover the fundamental flaw of custom proposals. Stay tuned. Hey, it's Al Zay Calhoun with Coveted Consultant. Today I want to talk about custom proposals. I don't like to use them in my business, and I recommend that my clients don't use them in their business. I recommend that you don't use it in your business. Today I'm going to explain why, and I'm going to explain at the end of this video the only scenario that I believe that you really should be using custom proposals. Let's get started. So we're going to use one complete analogy for the entire video today. This is a nail, and we're going to install it into some wood. So we've got a nail here, wood here, wood here. So when you start having conversations with your client, right, you finally get a chance to have that discovery call, that discovery session. And the typical approach is you're quiet and you ask the client 100 questions about where they are, what they want to do, the kind of services they want, how they want their web presence, their online presence to shake out, their competitors, the whole thing. You know how that all goes. Okay. So the client's talking, you're listening, you're writing, you and your team are doing your thing. And the client says, in the spirit of the analogy, let's say, they say, well, we want to enter into a new marketplace. So there's your wood, they want to enter into a new marketplace. And so you ask them about the kind of company they believe they are. Well, they say, well, you know, we are, we're a long company, we're a thin company, we've got a sharp edge, but we've got a flat top. What do you guys call that in digital marketing, right? And so what you'll say is, well, sounds to me like you're a nail, right? So we're gonna go do some nail work. So you and your team go back, right? And so now you're in your office, you're doing a bunch of research, you're figuring out how they could get their nail proposition into, that marketplace wood, so to speak, right? So you do all of that work. This work could be 6 hours, it could be 6 days, it could be 6 months, it could be whatever, because this can be a process. But it's how you get clients, and so you're open to doing it, etc. So you spend the time and you create your awesome nail proposal. All right, so now it's time for the pitch. So everybody's here for the pitch. Everyone's now reassembled. The client's got, the leader and their team. It's you and your team. And now we're gonna do the big proposal. You know how this works. So we're gonna pitch it. We got our fancy slides. We got our handouts. We got our smiling faces, our pretty suits. This is proposal day, right? So you finally deliver this proposal. And you explain how the marketplace is like wood, and you understand that they're a nail, and it just so happens that you are the hammer agency. So you're going to take your hammer, your awesome agency hammer, and you're going to put them in oh so nicely right into the center of that wood. And you're doing your thing. You're showing them data. You're showing them information. You're showing them who's going to lead the project. I mean, you're doing the full dance. And now the client's starting to talk back to you. And the client says things like, we've entered into other marketplaces before, but we've never really gone straight into a marketplace. We've always kind of had to twist a little bit. We've had to kind of turn. It's never been straight in. We've always had to kind of turn a little bit. And so you're listening to them. And as the one person's talking, somebody else picks up. Yeah, I remember last time we had to turn. I remember a twisting and a coiling kind of moment. Yeah, it was like a coil. And so the more your prospective client talks, the more afraid you get, because you realize that your custom proposal has missed the mark. What you realize is that your client, or this prospective client, is not really a nail. They actually have grooves. They're actually a screw. Now here's the deal. Nails and screws look a lot alike. They're both long, they're both thin, they both got pointy edges, they both have flat tops, so it's easy to confuse them. Except for that one defining trait. One of them's got grooves in them where the other doesn't. So from a business perspective, what am I talking about? What's the issue I'm trying to highlight? I'm trying to highlight that the typical custom proposal process allows the client to drive the conversation. The client says what they want. The client gives you the best picture of their business. The client is giving all the words and giving all the guidance in this situation. If the client could see themselves clearly and make appropriate assessment of their own situation, They would have solved their own problem. They wouldn't have needed an expert like you. But the client didn't fully see their grooves until you did the heavy lifting of showing them what you thought was possible. It's your job as the expert to show them their grooves. It's your job. That's why they hired you. That's why they brought you in, for your specific insight. So really what you're supposed to do here are two things. Number one, internally as an agency, be clear. Are you a hammer that installs nails or a screwdriver that installs screws? Because they aren't the same. Hammers work like this and screwdrivers work like that. They aren't the same tool. They actually function differently. So then if you're honest about what kind of agency you are, then in application, you can tell the agency, or you can tell your prospective client, you know what, as you guys are talking and as we're looking at you, you're a nail. And we don't do nails well. Our screwing motion, our twisting motion doesn't do well for nails. We're really only looking for screws. So we can do what we do with the screw. We can twist it the way we're supposed to twist it and get you nice and tight and neat and clean inside the marketplace you want to be in. But we have to say no to you because it's clear to us that you're a nail. If you don't do that, then you try to morph yourself into whatever you believe the client thinks that they are and thinks that they want, and you go through the expensive process of creating custom proposals, only to risk that you fundamentally misdiagnosed their situation. Be honest in your agency, be honest with your clients, and get your value. So with all of that being said, when should you create a custom proposal? You should only create a custom proposal when you are looking at a game-changing opportunity for your agency. So if this opportunity is going to move you from being a 4-figure-a-month agency to a 5-figure-a-month agency, then write the custom proposal. If this opportunity is going to move you from being a 6-figure-a-year agency to being a 7-figure-a-year agency, then write the custom proposal. If this gives you a chance to elevate your stature in the marketplace or to do award-winning work, well then write the custom proposal. But those opportunities don't come along each and every day. In most scenarios, you should be focused on systemizing and productizing and being more and more specific about who it is you intend to serve and how you can serve that particular client over and over again with a spirit of excellence. You should be known for your general standard of excellence and not having to force it into a custom proposal for this unique one-off situation. Hey, it's Alzay again, and thanks for taking the time to watch the video. Let's talk about some next steps. Next step number 1, please post your comment, your question, your thought, or your response in the comment box below. That dialogue helps all of us better digest the content. It also helps me understand what videos I should be creating next. Next step, number 2. What are you going to do with the information that you now have? What I find, unfortunately, is that most people don't do anything. It's just too easy to watch 19 more videos or to read 45 more blog posts. I'll be honest with you. The videos that you're receiving here are snapshots from a much larger, better organized coaching program. So if you're over the information and you know it's time to execute, you may really appreciate the coaching program. There's a free training somewhere on this page right here. You can click it and that free training will tell you all about what the program is and is not. And if it makes sense, you can join. Either choice you make, I'm so glad to have you as a part of this community, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.